pressure on the Nigerian government to take seriously what the Constitution describes as the primary responsibility of government, which is the protection of life and property of the citizen. And nobody should question the intervention of the United States. The current president, where they were in opposition, they went in 2014 to the United States of America on the same killing of Nigerians, demanding or requesting for intervention. And so when a man's house is on fire, with whoever that helps to put it out, that is the interest of the person. So as it is today, the question is, the US president said the Nigerian government should move fast. So the pressure should be on the Nigerian government to move fast, because I mean, if it went other climes, there should be some resignations at this point. Because when you have a series of events where citizens are being killed and there is no action from the leadership, or rather actions that seem to suggest that leaders are rather complicit in protecting criminals or giving them, a soft landing as against protecting innocent citizens, I think it is a monumental tragedy. And whatever that needs to be done, I mean, we are able to take grants and loans and whatever from the United States of America, so we should be able to take their warning and move fast. So President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, wherever you are, you should move fast to end these killings. Okay, it's good that you said that. Let's have Chidi in the house. Chidi, are you there? Okay, Mr. Chidi, it's so good to see you this morning. Okay, you've just heard what Peter Eka just said about this wake-up call. So from a security standpoint, do you think that comment was an attack on Nigerian sovereignty? That's Donald Trump's comment. Was an attack on Nigerian sovereignty, or a wake-up call showing that the world is now noticing what we are denying at home?
By the way, Peter, good to have the platform with you. You're one of my favorite activists, so I appreciate you.
Thank you very much, my pleasure.
From the state sovereignty perspective, you would, you will want to agree that the threat, or rather the proclamation by Trump, or let's put it this way, the threat is a direct threat as far as I'm concerned. Is somewhat, if you want to look at it clearly, it points to a violation of our sovereignty, because I mean, sovereignty means that a particular country has the right over its territory, over its internal contradictions, over its conflicts and all that, so that it only takes United Nations declaration or permission from that particular country before any foreign entity can come in. But then that's where that ends. There's also an evolving, United Nations treaty, what they call it, responsibility to protect, R2P. What it says is that if a country hides under that sovereignty claim to allow for a perceived genocide or gross human rights violations, that international communities, superpowers, they have the right to intervene. So in this point, in this perspective, you now see that probably Trump's threat is more like a symbolic, wake-up call for the country, for the administration of this country to sit up, to face the reality that indeed there are certain issues going on that are inimical to the global peace, that are inimical to human rights, that is not acceptable. So you see, we have to be very careful about this. The excitement is there. I could see even from the tone, from the voice, from out there in the street, and a lot of people think that this is the best news ever heard. In the Middle Belt out there, probably in Plateau, in Benue, a lot of folks are almost celebrating that indeed maybe God have heard their prayers. But if you sit back and have a sober reflection of this, you see that it's not always good to have foreign powers coming into a country to do this kind of intervention, because they never left any country in better shape. So for me, I think the best thing for me, what had happened now is a clear wake-up call. And by the way, haven't you seen that in the past week or two since this issue started, that there has been, some mellow. We don't talk so much about 2027 or decoupling to APC. I think everybody is now focused on what Trump has said. So to me, if this Trump's intervention will bring us back to our senses, to know that we have an existential challenge, we have a serious security problem, then so be it. But as far as I'm concerned, Trump's statement is a wake-up call. It's a clear wake-up call, and it has actually, woken up our interest, our conscience to see that indeed certain people are going through a lot in this country, and it is very clear to everybody to see that the country is not normal.
Thank you, Chidi. Let's get back to Peter in the house. You know, why are Nigerians angry at the messenger instead of the message? Do you understand? Is pride now replacing urgency in our country? And then secondly, too, they keep going on about, oh, it's not just Christians that were killed, it's also Muslims. But the truth of the matter is that nobody is talking about the originators of the killings themselves.
Very important. I mean, it is not about whether being angry at the messenger or taking the message. You cannot even be angry at the messenger because, as the other, my colleague has rightly said, there is a responsibility to protect under the United Nations Charter, and that a foreign government can step in. The US has invested a lot. A lot of our military officers are trained in the US, trained to handle their equipment. They sell most of our weaponry hardware, come from the United States. And if the government of the state seems to be folding their arms while these kind of issues are going on, perceived genocide, and all of these kind of hate crimes and events, there is a responsibility to step in. And then if we talk about, Muslims being killed and Christians being killed, the fundamental question will be, who is carrying out the killing?
Exactly.
And then if we now agree, because what it seems now is like, it is more shameful. Our response is not that there are no killings. Is that, oh, US, you are not even saying it as bad as it is. So Christians are being killed, Muslims are being killed. Now the question will be, if Christians are being killed, Muslims are being killed, who has a problem with coming in to take out the killers?
Exactly.
I think there should be a mutual agreement that, oh, look, everybody is a victim of this issue, and then the terrorists themselves should be taken out. Who are the sponsors of terrorism? Who are the beneficiaries of terrorism?
That's a big question.
Because there is a track record. President Buhari, under President Jonathan, terrorists were almost confined to the forest. We had the infamous Sambisa forest. Today, under the APC government, terrorists are holding stakeholder meetings with security officials and government. So we have a situation where we have security and insecurity officials holding meetings, brandishing
and giving
arms,
advice.
and giving advice on how it should be run. President Buhari took out $1 billion from excess crude account and invested in insecurity. Somehow it exploded. When it was under Jonathan, where the President Tinubu now called on the competence of President Jonathan and asked him to resign, insecurity was almost localized within the northeastern region. Under the APC, the military is in active service across 36 states and the FCT. So right now, as it is, the question will be, what exactly is being done? And then you come as a president under this kind of administration, you outsource issues of defense to the National Security Advisor, and guess what? The president is chairing the Ministry of Petroleum. In a country where the last time President Tinubu traveled on a vacation, more than 100 persons were killed in a space of 2 days. That president is heading Ministry of Petroleum and not Defense as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. So when you see this level of mischief across board, people are being killed, bandits will hold peace deal the next day, they are also carrying out attacks. It calls to question the capacity of the government to protect its people. So the same question that President Tinubu asked the Goodluck Jonathan administration should be thrown to him. Has the APC-led federal government lost the capacity to protect Nigerians? If so, then they should take the advice they give to the administration. But if not, please heed the advice of Mr. President Donald Trump and move very quickly to end this killing.
Okay. Yeah, there's a news flash. The governor candidate of All Progressive Party Congress in the Anambra State election, Chief Nicholas Ukachukwu, is about to cast his vote as we join our correspondent, Andy Omano.
Candidate in this Anambra governorship election in the person of Chief Nicholas. And any moment from now, he's just been handed over the ballot paper. He's doing his thumb printing in order for him to exercise his franchise. If you look at your time, this is about 25 minutes to 12 noon, and he's just there now trying to put thumbprint his ballot paper so that he can exercise his franchise. He's done so. He's going. He's showing the entire team here that he has done it, and he just, in the next couple of seconds, he will be exercising his franchise. This is the governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Chief Nicholas Ukachukwu. He's from Osemei, I hope I got that correctly. Osumei in Anambra South, in Newi South, local government area. We'll take it here. Carry on. What's this? Excuse me. Excuse me. This is a media house, sir. Yes, crying out loud. You are pushing me and you are telling me where am I going to? Oh my. Excuse me.
All right, sir.
Excuse me. We are not pushing anybody. We will not.
Go one side.
This is ridiculous. Can we create space for the media? Can we create space for the media before we do this interview? Let's go back and do this interview properly. We don't do this. Madam, adjust yourself. Don't do this. Let's create space. All right, sir.
You've just cast your vote. Tell us, what was your experience like? That is it.
Madam, I don't want to whatever. Adjust a little bit. I am not pushing you. Look at this man. You don't do this. If you do, you will get wounded. You are a lady. Now what for you?
To be part of the process that will move this state forward. Not because I'm the one running as a candidate of APC, but because I'm an Anambra citizen with a full right to vote and voted for. So I'm happy to be here to vote.
Did you witness any challenge in the process of voting or to try to get yourself involved? Any challenges, or what do you think INEC should do in improving this exercise moving forward?
Well, you see, when you're a candidate, you want to vote, they are called this kind of celebrative treatment. But from what I've been hearing from here and there, there'll be hitches, small problem here and there. There'll be security challenges here and there. But loudly, there have been vote buying.
Specific.
Vote buying. And then that has become the biggest menace that actually will shunt this country to a point of standstill. But it will come to a point that when people get the opportunity to be in power, they don't have to do anything.
Can you be specific?
All right, sir, can you just tell us your observation? What you observe now you're on the field?
Well, my observation is what I'm trying to tell you now. From one or two things, and then as one or two places my people have visited, and then here in my community, complaints here and there. Right now, there are many things that are going up, issue of vote buying, and maybe some of you would have noticed it. And it is collective treasury that's being looted and shared back to people to get back the mandate. So it is a very bad thing. Everybody should condemn it.
So what do you think should be done right now?
Can you tell us why
what do you think should be done right now?
What should be done right
is
for security agents to actually live up to challenges. And then if they do, they can curb it. And if they do, it will make a lot of difference. And then people will be able to stand up, will be able to wake up and do the things they should do when given mandate to. And that's actually the right
From the feelings you have that there were vote buying location, could be specific, where do you think it's happening? Then who do you think is susceptible to the vote exchange? Can you be specific?
It can't be just who, it's about the party. It's not about who.
Party.
And when party, Abuga. Of course, the candidate is known. So it's not something that is hidden everywhere. It's all polling booths. If you say space where all polling booths.
No,
maybe if you are...
Your party agents, sir. We captured some of your party agents allegedly involved in vote buying. Yes, we captured some of your party agents allegedly involved in vote buying.
Yeah, this polling unit, underage
voting as well.
Was seen voting in a place.
I don't know whether we're talking about secret ballot or open ballot. If you can see somebody vote, then you're cognizant to it. Because you're not supposed to see where the person voted. And if you don't know where the person voted, how do you not say APC? So are you anti-APC? Are you anti-APC?
They are still being accredited. Sir, despite all this, are you optimistic of winning, sir?
Well, I believe God that winning is still possible because the day is still young. Anything is possible.
Are you confident in INEC?
Oh, they are doing their best.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
You want to do another one again? Yes. Yeah, no, only channels, please.
Why only channels? You can no. Excuse me, Pascal. For you.
But it seems like it's only lip service that's being paid.
If you don't do that, they'll just...
How do you attend to this, sir?
Well, you see, I don't make a loud. I remember I called the...
Oh, why don't you cock yourself? Sell your vote, you don't sell your future, but sell your birthright. How much, sir? Divide them by 4 years. How much of that? No sell your vote, oh. No matter the thing them they tell you. No matter how the thing they do you. No matter how much money them they give you. No sell your photo. No need to fight, oh. Because your picking no go join you. They go, they won't corner, they laugh you. Oh, don't sell your photo. Yeah, okay. If you look at the situation, everything harsh for this our nation. Poverty rising and inflation. Line still day for the fuel station. Things gotta change, my determination. This election, no intimidation. Protect us election, we gotta make sure everybody votes count for the future. For the future.
Shine your eye, well. Don't let anybody deceive you. Don't let them take your vote from you. Now your future be that. Yeah. Now your future be that, yeah. Oh, yeah. Together we can make Nigeria better. Oh, yeah. One voice. We can make Nigeria better. Oh, yeah.
No sell your vote, oh. No sell your vote. No matter the thing them they tell you. No matter how the thing they do you, no matter how much money them they give you, don't sell your phone.
Okay, banya kairu, I beg you photo. Time don't come again, no. Them done they show their face, oh. No sell your rights, oh. Now follow them fight, oh. Yeah. It's over to you, so not just speak up, you yo. So ginger, no come for you. The power is in you. No sell ammo from on you. No sell your boat, your right, your hoe. For pufo.
Yakare, duk wani tanadin ku sun shashare, sun share. Hankalin ku kar ya bace, gaba tafi bayewa. Taimaki kanka, taimaki kanki, ni rayuwa da inganci.
No need to fight, because your picking no go join you. They go, they won't corner, they laugh you. Oh, don't sell your food for your bag.
CC baby, no make mistake today, it goes for your tomorrow. Mommy, daddy, CC baby, the time don't come again to go, so make we match. Go, we go come to work together. We go decide our future.
Oh, no matter where you come from, we're part of
vices being weaponized against the people. What kind of Islam, we must ask ourselves, is practiced in Qatar? What kind of Islam is practiced in Saudi Arabia? What kind of Islam is done in United Arab Emirates and in Bahrain that are moving technologically, growing and prosperous for across the citizens? How has our own religion only turned out to produce insecurity, poverty? How many of the children of the elite northerners are engaged in the kind of Almajiri system that they push forward? So we must come to the understanding that every person who is at the baseline, who is not at the upper class of society, is a victim. Religion is only being used as a cloth to cover. Both Christians have been killed, Muslims have been killed. And if you know truly, remember the incidents that happened when Deborah Yakubu was killed in Sokoto State, Usman Danfolo. Yes, stoned to death. Who was arrested? How many people were prosecuted? Some northern leaders who put out a tweet had to delete it for fear of backlash. There is a problem with that kind of society. In 2016, Deaconess Olawale Eunice, a Redeemed Christian Church of God evangelist in Kubwa, was butchered to death. Who was arrested, who was prosecuted? The vice president in that administration was a redeemed pastor. What was done about it? So when there is a track record of a failure of the judicial system, where there is selective justice, then everybody becomes a victim. At this point now, if Christians, or there is a perception that is Christian genocide, and then Muslims also believe that Muslims have been killed, is it not an opportunity for everybody to unite and say, look, we are all victims, let us take this out? So it lies on the leadership of even both religious sectors and also the people to know that in the end of all of this, when all is said and done, those of us who do not have the opportunity, in Nigeria, one of the offenses you will commit is to be poor. Whether you are Islam or Christian, the only person who that Sharia one time has caught was somebody who stole, his hand was amputated. A governor in the north was caught on camera receiving dollar and stacking inside Babariga. The president at the time said that the video was probably doctored. So laws are meant for the poor. So you can even recite the Quran from back to back, but when it comes to the issue of dispensing of justice, you may not be held to the same standard with an elite or somebody of opportunity.
It's good that you mentioned that, because there's also the speculation that some people in power actually encourage this conflict because they use it to their advantage. What's your take on that? There are also those who believe that the governors of these states where these things happen should be sanctioned one way or the other when these occurrences do come to pass.
Anti-rules. I think it was the late Sani Abacha who said when insecurity lasts beyond 24 hours, then there should be the hand of government in it. The former Nigeria Minister for Defense, our first Minister for Defense, T.Y. Danjuma, stood on a platform in Taraba and made a bold statement. He said the military, they are not neutral. They collude with the terrorists. A minister for defense. What was the investigation that was carried out? We have seen pictures and videos and allegations of where terrorists were found in certain government houses and nothing was done about it. So when there is a perception that instead of protecting life of citizens, persons in government, why is it that insecurity has become almost a multinational economic investment? The more money you pour into it, the more it increases. So definitely it has become business. So if you can allow this kind of criminality to fester, the same Nigerian government that rejected the intelligence of the United States decided to start Operation Safe Corridor. How do you do repentant terrorists in the middle of a war? when the victims of their killings and terrorism are still languishing in internally displaced person camps in conditions that are subhuman. That same country was spending billions rehabilitating known terrorists, allegations with even engaging them into the country's armed forces, and you say there is no collusion, you cannot say you are neutral. So until Nigerians realize that this is beyond what is being said is less than what is not said. For the past, you know how many days now you can see the government running from pillar to post. For 2 years, you needed President Trump to tell you before you can appoint diplomats. We had no ambassadors manning our embassies across the country. The president they are more concerned with trying to pull people from one party and entering into the APC so that you can begin to sing on your mandate you shall fall. It is a colossal failure and a shame, but Nigerians must wake up and save ourselves.
Okay. Let me get to our Abuja guest. So Chidi, you've heard what Peter has had to say so far, but I want to ask, because there was an allegation that an American captive was once held by Boko Haram, and America within 2 days, not 2 months, not 2 weeks, within 2 days rescued their citizen. So what I want to now ask is that if the US can rescue its citizens inside Nigeria within days, what stops deeper intelligence sharing? What stops it? What stops them sharing that with us? Is it lack of trust or political obstruction? I'm confused.
Oh, well, I mean, picking up just one victim of kidnap is not the same as dealing with the entire, gamut of the kidnap industry.
No, it's the length of time in which it was done.
Monumental.
In the length of time in which it was done, this was 2 days. So that means,
but
obviously...
in any case, I mean, look, I get your point, but the thing is, we have to really come down to where we are. We are Nigeria. We're not United States of America. We've not gotten the kind of technology that they have.
But we can
what we should be talking about now is how do we... Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm coming to. You got it spot on. The point we are right now is the point where we can, seek for robust collaboration with America and other powers that have the capability to help us. As it is now, it's not. I don't think that doing it alone, by us, is the right way to go. But I will always urge that this idea of this excitement about America coming to do the job for us without our permission is not the best way to go. What we should talk about is how do we develop a robust structure to see a collaboration between America and Nigeria to see that they can share their technology, share their intelligence, share their their experience, and then probably give us those leverages that can help us. I do not foresee a situation where we have foots on the ground or have American, military camps across Nigeria. It never spells good for us. But look, the goal is actually to see how we can surmount these security challenges across the country. So any way the Americans can help us by making sure that we defeat terrorism is what every discerning Nigerian is talking about. But you see, we have to look at the bigger picture. Yes, you consider the immediate. Yes, you see the leadership failures. Yes, you see the incapabilities of some of our security agencies. Yes, you see the poor security architecture that have made it possible for us to rely only on the military, playing down on the role of the police. We have to see that we have to stop that idea that the military, the security, the intelligence and response agencies are not collaborating well. How do we threaten this? These are the issues we should be talking about now. I've gone beyond the excitement about the fact that Americans say they are coming. I don't think that's what should be exciting us. What should be talking about right now is how do we make sure that beyond the euphoria, beyond that anticipation, that we can get something on a sustainable basis without actually impugning on integrity of our sovereignty. This is what every nation should look at. I'm looking beyond the immediate administration, because the crisis didn't start now. If you look at the charges from the American side, that they actually talked about from 2009. So meaning that this thing has been a cumulative issue that have come to a boil now. So I am looking at where we are right now and where we ought to be in the nearest future. But of course, I'm mindful of the fact that a lot of Nigerians need that respite. There are people who are actually under terrible condition, that brought about by these security challenges. So any which way that we can stem the tide is welcome by me. But I'm only saying, let us look at the bigger picture. If we think that the best thing to do is to bring foreign boots on ground, at the end of the day, it might turn out not to be the best option. That's exactly what I'm trying to make.
Thank you so much, Chidi, for your deep analysis of this situation. I wish we had a much longer time. Unfortunately, our episode was cut short because of the Anambra elections, and I hope to invite you again for us to speak more on this issue. Thank you so much, Chidi, Emeje, and thank you so much, Peter Eka. I cannot wait to invite you again for another fiery episode.
We will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So what happens next will define us. Not America, not the international community, us. The world may comment, it may criticize, it may even offer assistance. But the work of protecting Nigeria belongs to Nigerians. And the cost of doing so is already too high. And as I keep saying, life is a learning curve. I hope we'll have learned a thing or two from this Donald Trump's message. That's all we have time for today. You'll be watching Perspectives here on Arise News with me, Ruth Osime. Until same time next week, always endeavor to keep things in proper perspective. Do have a great week.
Ara mi ò yá, tẹ́sẹ̀ mi wú. Àwọn èèyàn ní kí n lọ sí hospital. Wọ́n ní kí n lọ sí hospital. Mo ní mi lówó tí mo fẹ́ fi treat ara mi. Mo ní Ọlọ́run tó ṣe síbẹ̀ pé ó máa sọ̀ mí láì àlàáfíà. Ní ìgbà tó ṣàyà bí mo ṣe ń lọ bí mo ṣe ń bọ̀.
Sell your vote, you don't sell your future, but that sell your birthright. How much self divide them by 4 years? How much is that? No sell your vote, oh. No matter the thing them they tell you. No matter how the thing they do you. No matter how much money them they give you. No sell your vote, oh. No need to fight, oh. Because your picking no go join you.
So, although there was there was a confirmation from INEC that 98% of the voters have collected their PBC, but on today's election, we cannot ascertain that we are going to have such, massive turnout by the voters. This is because of the previous, incident that has happened, which was, weaponizing the insecurity that is likely going to happen. So some people were afraid to actually, show up because of this fear that there might be attack from unknown gunmen and other, violence group. So that may account why some places did not turn out. Secondly, from the CDD, assessment, also from the perspective of gender, women are also scared, many of them, because they did not know how it will turn out in terms of ensuring that they are not attacked, they are not bullied by some voters. So there was a background report that CDD conducted to look at the landscape, and then today we are actually seeing some of this in manifesting. Like I said, even though we did not so far at the early hours recorded huge violence, but there are some few places where you see some also disruption and then, normalcy coming back, So far for now, looking at the historical, incident of election in Anambra, from the morning to this afternoon, you could say maybe perhaps it might not be the way it used to be. And I think this is simply because the usual intimidation and harassment of the federal might that used to happen, maybe because of the incident that is going on now with the America and Nigerian government, maybe that, has not provided avenue for maybe the federal might to appear in the manner they used to appear, where you see they deploy thousands or if not hundreds of personnel, which subsequently intimidates the voters from coming out to vote. So hopefully we may not see such incident happen.
Indeed. Well, I would like you to hold your thoughts for a moment. We have to go to our correspondent at the heart of the polling station, Friday Oloko, also in Anambra State. Friday, you are live. I can see you're gesturing there. What more can you tell us where you are? That's Umweri in Anambra State.
Yes, we are presently, thank you, we are presently at Umunagwa Square at Umweri, the governorship, and it's about casting his votes. That is presently where we are, and he just arrived. We spoke with the INEC officials. There were no hitches at all. Accreditation started early, voting started, and things were have been normal. So you can see me now. Yes, right now this is the governorship candidate. Yes. So we would like to speak with you, sir. This is our rice crew from Abuja. So kindly tell us what you have observed and the situation so far, your feelings.
Yes, I think so far on the part of INEC and the federal government agencies like the police, the entire process has been peaceful. From the reports we've gathered around the state, the process has been hitch-free. However, I must not fail to inform our viewers that in some local governments, and my own local government inclusive, the state mayor, the local government mayor, nominated by the governor, has been intimidating voters. You know, he has been moving about with texts and militia, state-funded militia, intimidating voters, especially in my local government, especially in my community.
Okay, well, that is an allegation which definitely we cannot prove. But presently, in terms of logistics arrangement, have you found out?
No, basically, like I said, INEC have been on top of their game, I can say.
Okay.
Because the materials, to a very large extent, arrived various polling units on time. And the staff, ad hoc staff, have been in place. And I think the police and other federal agencies are also doing their bit.
Okay, right now, we want to speak with some of the INEC officials. Let them give us what they have done so far. Hello, madam. Yes, please kindly tell us your name.
I'm Okoye Gloria Ifoma, APO 2.
So, when did the accreditation started?
9:04 a.m.
Okay. Okay. What about voting?
Yeah, it's still going on.
When did voting start?
At 9 a.m.
Have there been any logistic hitches or whatever?
No, sir.
In terms of technical errors?
Yes, sir.
It's okay. So you have heard it all. According to the INEC official, I said that voting is still going. And right now, as we speak, the governorship candidate of YPP is about casting his votes.
All right.
Now, Friday, we've been hearing reports of vote buying in some areas. I would like you to confirm if this is true where you are and what the security forces are doing about this.
Well, when I came here, I tried to find out, but to the best of my knowledge, I didn't find anything about that. I spoke with some security operatives that were here. I called them aside and asked them, did you notice anything? Has there been any arrests that has been made in terms of breaches in electoral issues? He told me no, that nothing like that so far, this place is fine.
All right.
And we proceeded to the next polling units at the community secondary school. The voting started earlier, according to them, around 9:30. And I spoke with some of the voters who have cast their votes. They told me that there had not been any issue at all. I spoke with an 82-year-old woman who came to cast her vote. And she told me that this is the right time for her to do what is right. That since she's old, she has nothing to lose, even if she died at this rate. But making sure that voting according to their conscience is very, very important.
All right, it's quite encouraging that even the elderly are participating in these elections. Friday, Oloko would like to thank you for the update you've just given us. Hopefully, we'll get more from you a little later. Yes, we'll come back to you later shortly. We have to go back to...
Okay.
All right, Friday, you have something to say, please. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, the governorship candidate is still speaking. I don't know whether you would like to take him.
Please, let's take him. Let's take him. Go ahead.
Okay. Let's... Yes. Yeah.
For me, that's the point.
It's on. It's live now.
Yes.
So you want to cast your vote now, sir?
Yes. This is my polling unit.
Okay. He wants to cast his vote now.
Yes.
Can you proceed, sir?
Yes, please.
Yes. Yes, this is the golden candidate of the YPP is about to cast his vote. Let's vote. This is Umunakwe Square, Anambra East. Anambra East Senatorial District. Okay.
We just captured the BVAS machine.
Yes, he has just been captured the BVAS machine, and so he's about to cast his vote. He's going to cast his vote. Yes. Go to Tom Print and cast his vote.